Welcome to Landria Onkka on YouTube. Here to help you break through those fears and live an awesome life. Alright, so today I just want to address a few things. Getting a lot of viewer comments. I want to express today what the power of now really means and why people like Eckhart Tolle are always promoting that. You know, his focus is on the power of now. Everything happens in this moment. Your future is happening in this moment. This is what we're not getting through our heads. Your future is happening in this moment. How is that? The very thoughts that you are having about yourself, the world, about your future, creates the future. I'll give you an example. You know, this is why my 3-second manifesting video is so popular. People are realizing how many times during the day that they're spending most of their thoughts are negative, and they have to catch them. Negative thoughts switch over. That's the 3 seconds. It's usually less than 3 seconds that it takes for you to realize that you're thinking negatively to switch over to the positive thought. What does that do? It gets you away from creating everything in your life and your future that's negative, that things you don't want, because all negative thoughts create negativity. That's all it is. A negative thought cannot create a positive outcome. It can't, because you have free will, so your message to the universe is negative and it gives you your order. All right, what would you like today? My boss is horrible, and you know, I look horrible and I'll never make money. Okay, you won't make money. The world is awful. Everybody treats you like garbage. There you go. You placed your order to the universe, and you're doing it in every split second. The present moment is placing the order to the universe. Now, I'm going to tell you something that I know, and you know this too. We all have the same information available to us. When I read comments from people, especially if it's in response to something that I said, and they come back in a very negative response, I know that that's where they're coming from. They saw or heard something that I said or that somebody else said, sometimes it's what somebody else said, and they see it negatively because they are in that space. So if it's cloudy here, it's a rainy day in Georgia, if I go outside and I never knew that behind those clouds was a blue sky and sun, I would always think that everything's cloudy all the time. Right? I would see the world as a cloudy place. You know, sort of a drab. I love days like this, but do you understand what I'm saying? In other words, if this is how you're seeing the world, then this is exactly how you will see the world, always. So if you're in a negative mode and you're thinking negative all the time, it must be a cloudy day because you ordered that. If you see the world as a negative place loaded with a bunch of, remember I did the video? It's Welcome to the Planet of Assholes. Again, I'm having fun. Thank goodness nobody, took that the wrong way. We're a planet of assholes. But we're changing that. If you see us as that and you really feel that, everybody else is to blame, governments are to blame, this and that's to blame, then that is your reality. And that moment that you're thinking that is creating it, and it keeps you there and keeps you there and keeps you there. I'm staying here in the present moment of negativity. And that creates my future, because right now, there is no time, right? There's no such thing as time. So it permeates everything. So this present moment of me thinking negative, that future can't possibly be positive because you haven't placed a positive thought into it. You can't be negative in the present moment and be positive in the future. It's impossible. If you're positive in the future, then you're going to be feeling good in the moment. The moment is that the future is positive. So that means the moment feeling would be positive. Because in that moment that you're thinking of your positive future, you're feeling good. So you can't be negative and think of the positive future, because you're not going to see it that way. You're going to see it as negative. So until you switch out where you are in the present moment with your feelings and your thoughts and your beliefs, you cannot create a positive future. It is impossible. It's quantum physics. Your focus is negative, negative, negative. And so it shall be. There you go. Here you go. Okay. The world sucks. All right. Everybody's an asshole. Oh, okay. Why do I keep attracting these people? You really don't know? First of all, it's like when I was, I can remember back when I was in college, and I come from a really nice family, and my girlfriends would always date these not such nice guys, and they said, I always get the jerks. Landria, you never get the jerks. You always get the nice guys. I said, no, I get the jerks too. I just don't date them. Right? Oh, what a concept. And that's how the world works. There's going to be stuff out there. Are you putting your focus on it? Or are you saying yes? Why do I attract these people? Why are you allowing them in your life? Walk on by. Walk on by. So this present moment is what you are or aren't allowing in your life. And when something shows up and you accept it and you let it come in, there's a very good chance you're in that negative resonating space. Resonating in a negative space, right? At the present moment. They're going to keep coming until you break that habit, which is part of what you're supposed to do. All right. These scenarios keep showing up. Keep showing up. Why? I'm doing it. I have negative thoughts. I have something going on that's resonating with that. And when it shows up, I'm going with it in a negative way. You battle it, or there's always conflict, and it shouldn't be this way. And instead of going in with a neutral, remember, shift into neutral. You don't have to think good or bad. Just go into neutral and say, this is what it is. How am I going to handle this? I get to choose because it's my life. We're going to do some real power stuff. So I'm writing the next course after Breakthrough Fear. If you haven't taken Breakthrough Fear, you can sign up here or down in the description. There is a code for a big discount on Breakthrough Fear. If you haven't taken Breakthrough Fear, it is a requirement to go to my next two courses. The next one's called One Big Thing. What's the one big thing that I could help you manifest? How can I help you? I'm just going to give you the tools because I can't manifest anything for you. And I show you advanced manifesting, so you have to get past the fears and be conditioned to deal with the blocks first. And what Breakthrough Fear is totally focused on that. And then people start to manifest stuff through that course. Why? Because they're not believing the stuff anymore. They go into that present moment, they're very aware of what they're thinking, and then we have practices to stop that and switch over and become the new person that now goes in a completely different reality, different space, and all of a sudden things in their lives change because they're no longer that person who keeps going back into Groundhog Day. One big thing is advanced manifesting, and then I have one called Life in the Vast Lane. One big thing is absolutely where you're going to start to go into spaces and practices that will take you into manifesting that's unlike anything you've been doing now. Why? We just walk around. We don't really focus on manifesting. We are manifesting at every split second, but we don't do conscious manifesting like, okay, here's what's going on in my life and my thoughts. I desire to change all of this. I must consciously manifest something different. What thoughts are going on now that are keeping these people, these situations in my life? What's happening at this split moment? Because that continually keeps that life going. Your future keeps going and going and going. That's not what you desire. The present moment is absolutely my 3-second manifesting. Then I have 3-second advanced manifesting. Boom. That's when we go, okay, If you have a negative thought, let's say you switch over to the positive thought. If you have an underlying disbelief of that positive thought, so you get off the negative thought, that's good. Then you go over here and you just shifted into a positive frame of mind. You feel better when you think about this. But if you back here are going, yes, 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 the beach house or the love of my life or whatever, and then back here you're going, oh, it's never going to happen for me, then you are actually canceling this out and it's a negative. You're actually reinforcing that very thing that you're going to, that you really want, you'll never get. And that's what we do in Breakthrough Fear. We dissolve those. We dissolve those backroom chatter going on that's placing a negative manifesting directive on that very thing you want. So if you are interested in taking the course, you guys also know that I have internet marketing training. It's training, it's school. That's down there also. You have all kinds of opportunities to change your life, and that means you have to switch out of the very thing you're doing, stop the patterns, catch yourself with negative thoughts. If you have one nasty thing to say to anybody, nasty, I mean nasty. We all have our opinions. We're allowed to talk. Geez, we're human beings. But when you go into a space that's just mean, catch it. Catch it and say, okay, that was mean. You can have an opinion. You can say things. But here's the thing is that then, then you have somebody who comes back to you about that opinion, and then it never stops. It never stops, does it? Can we keep things light? Everything you're thinking in this moment is manifesting. Everything in the present moment is creating everything, including your past. How does that work? Because when I think of my past as a positive thing of evolvement that helped me get to my future, and I learned from it, I look back and I go, oh, now instead of being a victim, I go, oh, I learned all these things, and then I forgave, and then you change all of it. It is now something valuable and amazing, and it gains this amazing power. Instead of, oh, I was abused and all, and you're not getting anything from it. You're not saying, hey, that didn't happen just because I'm a bad person. I'm not a bad person. Nobody is. Why did that happen? There are things I don't understand. What can I gain from it that will empower me? And this is what we do in my courses. I take everything that you feel is a negative and we empower ourselves with it. We use it to be powerful. How cool is that? It's like, how can you, instead of all these things that are, no, let's use it. This is powerful stuff. This is energy. We can shift it in this present moment to make the past and the future really amazing. All right? You're whole and perfect, strong and powerful, loving, harmonious, and happy. Blessings to you, my friend. Namaste.